Welcome to Light Language number 26. Today we explore finding community after activation, when the old no longer fits and the new is still forming. If you've felt spiritually untethered, this conversation is about belonging without losing yourself. I want to welcome everybody who is watching. I'm Tara Stash. Thanks for being here. I'm, of course, joined by the freaking amazing JJ from Tuta Speaks and Karen from Starseed Awakening 1111. Together, we consistently bring you conversations about light language. There is in the description, about light language. I should really up my game. I'm just like going, man, kid. I'm kidding. It's certainly fine. One of the great things is these conversations are really about helping us understand what is new and what's shown up for us. What are you two giggling about?
Oh, someone wanted to know if I'm in jail. No.
Because it looks like you're wearing like orange.
Oh, my top. I didn't think of that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
my
teasing.
Jumpsuit.
Jumpsuit.
I was like, I thought it was because of that. Yeah, I'm in jail. I'm a bad girl.
Yes, you are.
Please give me credit for all of the things that I am not saying after she said that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. JJ, how are you? Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. Holy moly macaroni.
Okay. Hello, Karen. How are you?
I am good because 2026 was a 9-year. And I mean, 2025 was a 9-year and 2026 is a 1-year, which means a lot of new things happening. So I'm excited and I'm manifesting like crazy. But yeah.
I like that.
And you, Gerald?
I am doing fine, actually. I'm still settling in. The turn of the year is always a little discombobulating for me. The energy shifts. Figuring out exactly where my feet are going to land. I recently found out that this year in the Chinese astrology, starting, I think it's February 17th, perhaps, we shift to the fire horse.
Oh I am a fire horse?
Yes, and I am a fire horse sign. And I'm manifesting that is absolutely freaking fine. That's what I'm doing. It's all good. It's all good. We have a lot of people here. Moira, Kaylee, Bonzo, Brenda T, Akila B, and Diana, oil painter. It's great to see everybody here. Thank you. We have Michelle Marie who has joined us. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to do something first because I'm having a hard time grounding. I'm just going to bust out some light language.
Yeah, please.
For me personally? Okay. So anybody new here? Best way to receive is if it's for your best and highest good. And also close your eyes, get comfortable, and open up your heart. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh yeah, entertainment purposes only, kids. Do not make any decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance, really.
Really.
And I don't even have the tag. That's how. Oh, there you go.
Boom.
Boom. There's that.
Tama. Nuna kashna. Kenuma yatinu shnaka. Matiam nuna no kashna yama yitiana. Katatanushna kianoshna. Tianamna koi matu kinoshna kianushna maui. naishnia nukaya naishnakaya kuna ishna yatana kayama yanutashna yana tanaka yewa matuya kamashnaki na 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 ooh na 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 better.
I want to add something that I experienced because my light language are symbols. Those of you who've been following along, great. You understand that. Playlist is in the description. What I'm getting a sense of is that the shift from the 9-year to the 10-year, the symbols that I usually see when I'm doing readings are slowing down in their rotation.
Wow.
Mm.
And what is happening is they are going to start rotating in the opposite direction. So there's this shift that's actually going on. There's a lot of energy shift. It's an activation, whatever you want to call it. And right now, in particular, there's a feeling of that being the slowing down. This is an interesting thing. It's the slowing down. You know how if you have a stereo or a car, that when you're driving faster, the radio gets louder so that you can hear it at the same level. And right now we're slowing down, so the sounds that people are hearing may be a bit more challenging to get. Karen's moving her little table in her cell. So
I was cold. I couldn't help it.
Gerald's like, and the sound, and you're like,
yeah. I was helping you out. I was helping you out. Sorry.
Well,
Gerald.
and so that what's interesting is I think that is actually part of the liminal experience. It's things that used to work aren't working the same way.
I would have to agree with you, Gerald, because while you were talking, I was thinking about this morning. I was doing a reading and I was getting symbols or pictures so fast that I was having to, really figure it out as I was going. I'm like, okay, I don't, this lady's walking, I was describing a person, and I'm like, I've never seen this. And mine were coming very, very fast and switching very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. More and more people have come in, and this is lovely. So thank you, everybody. And so I think one of the things that's really important as we have been experiencing this, we have that point where activation disrupts community simply by what used to work for us doesn't work in the same way. It doesn't mean that what doesn't work for us was bad. It just doesn't fit anymore. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. And so when that belonging changes, people often feel spiritually untethered before they find new ground. And we've been talking about this sense of being untethered oftentimes means we're searching for connection. And I think that's really an important thing. I do have a banner for this. And I'm going to jump to this one. Integration and new belonging. This idea of integration, we've talked about this before. Integration for me is about when things start to feel normal again, or I start to feel like myself, but I've leveled up, or I'm wearing a brand new pair of shoes and I've broken the shoes in and it's still awesome. What do the two of you think about integration and new belonging?
JJ, you want to go first?
Okay, I unmuted myself so I could move something. Okay, this is like right up my alley with the integration and the new belonging. And as you were speaking, I got the word displacement. Almost like there's like this feeling almost of like in a type of description would be like almost abandonment. Sometimes, like for me personally, my first group of helpers that were with me for 10 years, they were wise to know that I was graduating, right? And so slowly over like the last year, I would say, I didn't know this was happening, but I realized that I was relying more on myself and, less on their teachings. Like it had switched somehow where it's almost like if I was learning how to, like, they were teaching me how to roller skate, it's like instead of them holding my hand, they were watching me. And then the watching period is over and then I'm doing it myself. And so now when I'm roller skating, I'm like, I'm ready to do new moves. And so when I'm doing these new moves, it's like you finally got in your groove with the roller skating, and now you're back at the beginning, it seems like, in a way. Not that you're at the beginning of your first lesson with roller skating, but now it's like you're learning something again. You're gonna fall, you're gonna need guidance, the holding of the hand. And so with that, there's this feeling of like being uncomfortable in a way, instead of just coasting like I was before. It's like the ascension symptoms are coming back, and there is like this integration that I feel way more energy than I did before my whole decade with Utah. And so it's like this integration where I need to get my physical body more tuned in with the energy, whereas before it was okay. I like, now I kind of have to treat myself as like a spiritual athlete where I really do need to figure out, like if I have a lot of energy, I need to figure out how to like, work on that. So it's like this new belonging too. This is like a perfect conversation for me. Yep.
Yeah. Karen, what are your thoughts about this?
I like what JJ said when she said feeling comfortable, because immediately what I got is we have to have a sense of feeling comfortable in the uncomfortable.
Yes.
And as she was talking, I was thinking about different times I felt untethered, whether that was, not being friends with someone that was so close to me, or, picking up and moving away. And so everybody changed. And then even coming back home, now my energy was different from the energy here. And so, and physical things as well, having a health crisis that kind of puts you, especially for me, that brain thing. And so there was a lot of times where this time I think it was a lot easier. And that's what they had said when JJ was talking. It was like, you have to, for me, I felt that one of the things that I've had to do is feel comfortable with the uncomfortable and not knowing, and if you can get past that stage, for me and in my past, what I've seen, then it comes a lot faster. But if you're constantly, but I'm always the person that is always knowing that I'm in a hard situation, and instead of thinking about the hard situation or not having somebody or not, I just kind of, I don't wallow in that too much. I just think ahead thinking, man, when I do find my tribe again, or man, when I do find, because there's a reason why, for instance, you move, and I'm just using, moving away in a place that was so very spiritual, I mean, Salem, Massachusetts was an hour, less than an hour away. Right. Yet you would think in a community that has so much spirituality, I could connect with someone, but that wasn't the case. And so, I think the thing that got me through that was just knowing that this wasn't where I was going to find my tribe. And it was a solo thing to look within and grow.
Yes, that's well said. Pamela said, when the true change occurs, being comfortable with the discomfort, else we get stuck in a loop. I've looped. I don't know about anybody else. I've looped. Hands up for those who've looped. I'll use my regular hands, not just my tiny hands.
Need some big hands.
Well, it is an interesting thing about this because, that change can happen for any reason. And for me, for those of you who listened last time, I resigned from the coven that I was a member of, and it served its purpose. It was all fine. I'm not mad at anybody. It's just it wasn't resonating for me. That it wasn't it wasn't hitting. And that's the I'm thinking about what helped me to recognize resonance instead of trying to fit in. I think for me, it really was this need of the vibe and the resonance with the group as a whole wasn't there. And it was more about fitting in rather than having that rhythm and the comfort around with people.
I would 100% agree. I would like to also add that for me personally, there are, I love everybody. Let's just say that. Even if I dislike you, I love you, because you're there for a reason. I think for me personally, it's really acknowledging when you don't jive with someone, and I can respect that person. I can send you out love. Yeah. But if I'm not, go back to the square peg in a round hole. If I'm the peg, I will send you light and love. I could probably be in the same area with you. And I'm thinking of someone really specific, but I'm just not going to share my energy with you. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not going to try to fit.
Perfect sense.
I send you good wishes and wish nothing but the best for you, but we're on a different wavelength and my energy is different from yours. And whereas when I was younger, I probably, just the way that I was younger, I'd probably be like, why don't they like me? I'm so nice. I try to do this. I try to do that. And now I'm like, who cares? That's just me.
Yeah. I would like to add to, like, on the other side of that, it's like, I feel like we've all been the person who feels like that itch or that uncomfortableness. And we do not, treat others that don't jive with us not with grace and ease, because we're kind of like unaware what's going on. And so that still happens to me sometimes too, where like sometimes I need to give, like, just be aware that other people in my life, if they are treating me a certain way, like that could be just their way of being like, okay, I need to step back a little bit and go maybe find my other people. And so I've been on both sides of that.
Yeah. Oh, I have too.
Grace and ease. It's like, yeah, sometimes that's not in play.
I do want to acknowledge this because Annie Bear said that was so beautiful and bravely authentic of you, dear Gerald. Thank you. I want to recognize that. We do have a couple of loopers who admitted it, Diana and Pamela. So I think this is a good thing. What about, I mean, did you want to say anything else, JJ, about that idea of resonance?
Yeah, I really love thinking about it as a song, as resonance, as like a frequency, because it with that it just means like for instance, like my sister loves a certain type of music. That music kind of makes me want to throw up, you know? It's just like if you think about things differently, like reframe it, and it's a song. It's like the people around you does it harmonize with you? Does it help build it up and support it, for it to like go higher or at least maintain it, or or does it go to a lower resonance that's you've already been through that, or it's not your thing. I love thinking about things differently. It takes the personal stuff out of it that I get caught up on.
Amanda said, then resonance equals harmony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it country? Annie wants to know that you don't like. People pleasing versus standing in the way of our own growth. Choose you. Yes. High Creative Chick Studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah. Go ahead.
But I really love this question, all parts of it. You did such a good job, Gerald, because it's like I've spent a lot of time of my life kind of like as the like observer, because of the being an empath, having like anxiety growing up. And it's one of those things where even in my adulthood, I almost kind of look at it like, okay, well, who do you need me to be? You know? And it's almost like I want to fit in with myself in 2020.
That's interesting. That's thinking about that idea of resonance, my word of the year for 2026 is curate. I'm going to curate what's going on. So part of that for me is if it doesn't resonate with me at a level that I'm okay with, I'm just like going, okay, that's not part of where I am right now. And there is this idea of this that, you have to think about, oh, by the way, Gerald is caffeinated and unfiltered in 2026. So get ready. I'm going to say some stuff. The idea of is, do you need to figure out why you don't like it? No, you don't. Don't waste your time. If you're curious about why it doesn't resonate with you, then lean into it a little bit. But I think there's just some times where it's just like, I don't like it. I don't get it. I've got other things that are going to occupy my time and that I'm going to resonate. Why are you chuckling?
I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm done.
I would say it's 100% right, because I want to be careful how I say this. JJ and I kind of agree on some things, where others may not agree with it. And, I just really have stepped back. Like, the reason why I laughed is because, let's go ahead and when you were saying step away from, you just don't do it. I remember one time I was doing a YouTube, and I said, I don't watch the news. I couldn't tell you what's going on in the political arena or world events or anything like that. And somebody commented, there's no way. That's just something that, the minute I watch that stuff, I can feel my energy go crazy, and it really is, I don't need to figure out why. I don't need to figure out why it makes me do that. It's just acknowledging that, ooh, I don't like this. I don't need to know. So if you ask me what's going on in the world, couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. And it goes as far as, for me, I have been through a lot of stuff where my home life is very wonderful. And anything that, kind of throws that off kilter, I don't need to figure it out. I just don't add it in,
I think, yeah. And there is a difference between understanding why your energy does that and being informed.
Yeah.
Being informed is one thing. Spiraling is a different thing. I think about this question, and if I'm listening to the radio and I don't like the song that's on,
change it.
I change the channel because I'm an adult. I can do that. I don't go, God, I hate this. That's ridiculous. Blah, 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 blah. Because that's, what is it? It's passive manifestation or something like that.
Yep.
Lazy manifestation.
I call it manifesting by default.
Manifesting by default. And so instead, I just go, you know what? I can find something else.
Yeah.
I
think before we start, when JJ was doing her, and I don't want to get too off our subjects because I think the questions are great. But, it's like, this is a new year and we really need to start manifesting, things better. A lot of us do manifest by default, and that's kind of scary when you think about all the negative things that come out. Words are powerful, So
words are very powerful. Yes.
I love your word for the year. It's so you, Gerald.
Oh, thank you. And trust me, I'll have to do a video on it because I have gone into the deep dive of the history of the word. But it is one of those things that and finding what resonates for me and then putting things together in a way that resonates them together.
Yeah.
And then it elevates for me. So, but this isn't about Gerald's word of the year. So, but another question I have is how do you now define community differently than before?
I have different groups. I'm not that I like know a ton of people or like am friends with lots of people because I am a hermit and an introvert. I like my home space. I need a lot of space. It's like what's working out for me right now is like I have a lot of friends that live in different states, and that's really working out for me. And so it's like just acknowledging like everybody that I know doesn't have to get along with each other. It's like I don't know. It's just community for me. It's also like with me and how like a lot of my gifts came through was letting go of a past life. And so it's like once I let go of that past life, I got this feeling of like really calling in, like at that time, Tuta described it as the tribe. Like my tribe was returning, right? My people were returning to the physical from this past life that was terrible. And we get to all be in celebration together. And so it's like, I really feel like we need to like open up our hearts and our spirit and our energy to like the new people for the new beginning. Yeah.
Karen, before you go, I want to show a couple of things in the chat. Kathy has said, I'm trying to make sure what I'm involved with and surround myself with home, car, people are in alignment with my values, means I spend a lot of time on Zoom.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a great connection opportunity.
Yeah.
We also have Richie's Reach, who has joined us. Hello, Richie.
Hi, Richie.
Yes, I have a new definition. I have relatives and I have soul family.
Boom.
And
yeah.
Dr. Pamela said, as a person of science, it's funny that I found my tribe among the spiritual more. I know why. Exactly. Tribe for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So Pamela, like my spirit team loves to like change words up. So when you said more, I got the like that Irish sense of more, like the M, what is it? MOOR, guys? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that, I don't know if that has anything to do with what, has anything to do with you, but yeah, when you put that word more in there, there was a reason for that, I feel like.
And she is the author of Cracking the Happiness Code, which is going to be one of the books that I'm reading in 2026. She laughs every time I show that book. I'm like, because there you go.
Great.
Karen, what about you? How do you define community differently than before?
Somebody made a comment earlier about people pleasing.
Yes.
And, most of us Pisces tend to do that. I think when I started caring more about myself, not that I didn't love or care for myself, but I just was more careful about, my thought was always, they always showed me a well, and someone that fills your well, and I was that person that I would fill people's well all the time. If you needed me, I am there, no matter what. And I don't know who's clicking in and out. Is it me?
It's you.
Am I clicking out in and out? Oh, okay.
We see you now.
But so, anyways. Oh, you see me now? But I think for me personally, my community changed when I stopped being that person that helped everybody out. Because I started realizing that people in my life weren't solving their own problems. They were coming to me and I was helping them so much. And that's how I felt full and knew, I had a sense of gratification on that. And when I started realizing that, that was just sucking me dry. My whole community kind of changed. My whole way of thinking changed. And like JJ said, I'm right along with her. I've got friends in a bunch of different states, and I've got a handful of friends here, and that's enough for me right now.
Mm-hmm. I like that. And I think for me that I define it differently because before community tended to be a bit more role based. Who's leading and who's following. Yeah. And those were roles that were set. And unfortunately, if those roles are set and they do not change, it becomes a different experience. I willingly join communities because the role works and the role I'm filling works. When things don't grow and evolve, the role no longer fits me. I don't have the resonance with it. And it becomes awkward. It becomes hard, and my enjoyment shifts. And so for me, the communities that I'm developing, I don't have to feel pressure for fitting in. I don't, because the community that I like to build and I know a couple of those people are listening, hello, are the ones that we want to be there, and we feel when we want to do something, someone will go, well, I can help with that. We don't even have a moment to say, or if we say, who wants to do that? There's not that long drawn out pause where everybody's like looking down and, trying not to make eye contact. Instead, it's the people who, what's really good for me. I'll get off my soapbox here in a minute. What's really good for me is what resonates is people lead with how they are doing. If they're having a bad day, they say, I'm struggling a bit today, and I just want to let you know that. Because then suddenly we go, I got it. Okay. I'm not trying to fix you because you're not broken. I'm just trying to support you.
That's so beautiful. It's like I never knew what holding your space meant when people were talking about it. And then when I finally understood, it's like, it's so precious to like be a witness of like hearing you or Karen talk, in a personal way, and just really actively listening. It's like a hug to the soul when you have somebody that can listen. And it's challenging for me because I call myself like the first responder. Like if something happens, like I'm right there, and it's like I don't need to be right there. With like my bag of goodies. Like, what do you need? A Band-Aid, water? What do you need? And it's like, so that's what I'm going to try to practice a little bit more. Is just letting people go through, especially family, like go through what they need to go through. And they didn't ask me to be a hero. I don't know why I have a hero complex, but
yeah. Well, and it's also this beautiful idea of, and I learned this in therapy. When I was in therapy, the idea of, I actually said to my therapist at one point, I don't know, excuse me, I'm gonna drop, some foul language. I don't know what the shit's going on. I don't know how the fuck I feel. I do not absolutely know what is going on. And right now I am just spiraling, and I just need to have no sound around me. And my therapist, she said, okay. And we sat there for like 5 minutes. And it was just like, what? I'm getting emotional thinking about it, because all of a sudden I wanted somebody to just go, that's a lot.
Yeah. I think that's a huge thing that you both said, is some of us that are fixers, we come in with the Band-Aids and the big medical bag and all of these things, when really just being quiet and listening and saying, tell me more about that.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Tell me more. They don't, sometimes not saying sorry, just let them get their baggage out is so huge sometimes.
Yes.
And yeah, for those of us that do come in with the Band-Aids and the ice packs and everything else, here, let me do this for you. Let me do this for you.
Well, and there is a time and a place for the Band-Aids, the ice packs, the chocolate, the pillow. What's really interesting is as people who, as we go through our adjustments and our activations, whatever you want to call them, we have to figure out how to lean into what is it the person needs.
Yeah.
And that's a real challenge, because I remember seeing a cartoon of somebody who was depressed, and their friend was saying, do you want to go out? And it's like, no. Are you hungry? No. And it's like, what do you want to do? I'm just going to sit here under my blanket, under the table. And then the person went under the blanket with them and sat with them.
Yeah, that's sweet. I recognize that. Yeah.
So, Pamela said, I've been teaching people to hold space because people don't tend to realize when speaking to their clients or employees that being in a safe place doesn't necessarily mean or make the person feel safe within. Trust me, trust me, trust me. I know that. I did training for that too. So,
One thing I want to just mention too is I was really lucky, like the first like in-person thing, like circle spirit stuff I was with, there was like a lot of emotions, and I think it was then that somebody was just like, if you see somebody crying, don't give them the Kleenex box right away, because you're going to interrupt the thing they're going through.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that. Just let the snot go, because they need to go through this.
Yeah. Amanda's like good. I think having kids really sharpens the first responder mode.
Yeah, it does.
Of course it does.
Especially when they start to learn to walk. I was just like, I seriously felt like if I didn't have my eyes on them 24/7, they were just going to fall over. Like as soon as I turned around, like they would fall over. And I'm like, I can't do this.
Well, and here's the thing. There comes a time when you no longer need to be hovering.
Yeah.
And they need to fall down and get themselves up because, entertainment purposes only, not a doctor or anything like that. I don't even play one on YouTube.
Yeah.
But if a kid falls down, they respond to how the parent or the adult responds.
Mm-hmm.
If the oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Or if the parent's just sitting there watching from the deck, going, all right, what are they going to do? Mm-hmm. I don't see any blood. We're fine.
Yeah, I'm still.
And it's like, ooh, you fell down and went boom.
I don't know how much of that, yeah, I'm still the hoverer. Just to let you guys know, haven't learned that lesson yet.
Well,
you're the helicopter mom.
Really, yeah.
Ms. Lady said, I've been a fixer as a child until today. I'm in Texas from North Carolina and now until to be determined. But I realized this is my path to help educated. But dang, a girl needs a break.
Yes.
Girl do need a break.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think that's good. So true, JJ. Sometimes people reach for that tissue because they feel uncomfortable watching others cry.
100%.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then it's like, so for instance, if I'm crying, somebody hands it to me, like almost in an unspoken way. It was like, here, stop crying. In a way, that's not what they're doing, but that's what I would be thinking. And then I thank them, and you're right. It's,
yeah.
One thing I learned spiritual retreat was there's a way to give love. Like we were all sitting on the ground in a circle outside, and she recommended the leader recommended us putting like our hands on the ground and just like sending love to that person in a quiet way. And I just love that idea of being able to do that. Like if I'm if I'm in the ER or like wherever I am and I see somebody having some issues, it's like, especially when it comes to that get permission before you send any healing type thing. It's like, I just send it into the ground, and if it wants to be received, it can. I'm not sending it directly to the person. So I like that idea of being able to send energy that way.
Mm-hmm. I took care of that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we gotta love that, Ms. Lady. We here's a question. What would you say to someone afraid they'll never find spiritual belonging again? Go ahead.
I was like, why would you manifest that in the first place? You know, it's the for me, it's the manifesting by default. You know, when you put that out there and say, I'm never going to find those friends, or I'm never going to, you're manifesting it by default. Instead, when you're in that situation, I think it's really powerful to really think about the relationships that you want to have, and then create scenarios in your head of them supporting you the way that you need to be supporting, and then you supporting them, and the conversations back and forth, and then really truly feel it in your heart, like feel the love that you have for this person. That's what I always say, the silhouette. Imagine a silhouette and you doing this, you know, going back and forth and doing that. Because when you manifest, when you think about, I'm never going to find it, you're putting that out there into the universe, and you won't find those people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that if we have people here who are really new to like their spirit journey, I would say one of the things that is most endearing to me when I was learning is somebody said you never go backwards in this journey. You know, there'll be times when you need to rest, you know, but you never go backwards. So I just had this conversation with this like beautiful gathering of women through one of my clients, and that, you know, everyone's learning, and it's like when you have like family members or somebody that's just like really important to you who is like, I don't understand you, and I think you need help. You know, and it's one of those things where you're just like, but I just like I opened my heart up to you. And it's like, it's one of those things where that might close a little bit with like those people, but it doesn't close with you, because you can never go backwards. Like once you start this journey of connecting, it's like that never, I feel like that never abandons you. It changes, but you never go back to like who you were before.
Yeah, you don't.
Someone said, you know, talk about going back. Someone once told me it's like trying to put an old T-shirt on that you were wearing in high school or junior high. It just doesn't fit anymore, so you can't go backwards.
Yeah.
So
I would say to somebody who is afraid they'll never have spiritual belonging again, I would say bullshit.
yeah.
I would say instead, well, what does that community look like, and how are you missing it? Or what are you doing to create it?
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, sometimes there needs to be a break. There just has to be a break. But sorry, that was mean bullshit. I would say, you know, don't manifest it by default that you're never going to find it. Instead, get curious and take this new alignment that you are having, that new experience, and see what shows up for you. Instead of you looking for it, maybe it's looking for you. So, but Amanda
You know,
said I still have my ripped black T-shirt from college. It's in the bottom drawer.
Something that has, you know, they're telling me twice now, they've said this to me, and I didn't say it the last time. It is about looking, how does she say that? What life is doing for you instead of to you. So the opportunity of new things coming in. So
yeah. And JJ will be right back. Had to step out for a second. And Angela Cardamancy Mesquite is here. And Lori said, sometimes it just takes time to come to fruition. Yes.
100%.
Yeah. And
well, and I think, again, when you're in those stages of whether you're in those stages of having to have some quiet spaces or people that aren't in your life anymore, that is a really good opportunity for you to really look up and see what's important to you. And like you said, what's changed within you, what's different now that maybe you don't, align with.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. So we have had, I'm trying to figure out where, okay. All right. Well, I think we are just about finished. I want to say, it's great to have everybody who is joining us. And I do want to appreciate everyone for being here. The cool thing is what's incredible is as we're going through this whole experience, it connections change. They should change. And if you stay with the same group and the same community, that works out well. That's okay. It doesn't have to be there. So, and you're welcome. You're welcome. And so I want to encourage everybody who has joined us or listening on the playback. If something resonated with you, leave us a comment. We are simulcasting this on all 3 of our channels. Links are in the description. All 3 of us do private readings. So please make sure to contact us if you need to. And one question.
That's a good question.
Where or how can I learn light language? Go for it.
Oh, I'm glad JJ's back. Pamela, there are different light languages. And so, some of them, I have a feeling you have it in you, because they put a bunch of books at the bottom of the shelf. And so you have it in you, it's there. And so that's all I wanted to say. JJ, how about you answer this question? Where or how can you learn light language?
Okay. Okay. What would I say? I apologize. I was pushing so many different buttons that I screwed everything up. So I had to leave and come back. But I will say this about where to actually learn anything spiritual is light language is a little bit different. First of all, I would say light language comes in many different forms. Like, you could maybe start, here are just some ideas. You could practice automatic writing. You could try journaling. You could try art. You can try movement. It's one of those things where I define light language as something that goes behind the scenes, kind of like when you hear a song, you can feel emotions, you can release, tears or whatnot. And so whatever that is for you, I know that you're a writer, so it might be one of those things where you already have a form of light language. Yours is written. But this is actually a really perfect question because I signed up for something that was going to be uncomfortable for me. And I signed up for a journaling class, but it was with someone from our community. It's Allie at Heart and Soul Connected. She offered an Alchemy of the Souls type journaling class, and I am terrible at like sitting down and focusing and journaling. But we've only had one class, and it has like completely changed like my routine. I really wanted to step away from my phone and like live in the real world. And I started to journal, and I was just like, I'm like, this is gonna suck. I'm not good at journaling. And then all of a sudden I got like something to write down, and I'm like, oh my God, I got like this message of like, if I concentrate really hard, I can grow branches, said the tree. What can you do? And I'm like, if I hadn't taken that journaling class, I wouldn't have gotten that message. So try something this year that makes you uncomfortable, but you're slightly interested in.
Yeah. I think it is one of those things.
I like the way you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Gerald.
Nope. Go ahead.
I do want to piggyback on you in the aspect of journaling. And one of the things you can do, Pamela, is do a automatic writing, like she said, meditate a little bit. And then the way I do my automatic writing is say, what does my soul have for me today? And just start off with that. Understand that you will probably, if you guys do this, the words that will come out are probably something that are going to be like, what? I would never say this, because when you say, what does my soul have for me today? It will probably be some, and then just write whatever comes out, just whatever comes out. That is a really good place to start. It is amazing what you will tell yourself. That's all I'll say. It usually is very beautiful, and some people can't believe it. You made me think about something when you were talking. I would listen to light language, Pamela. Honestly, I would go on different, because I've heard of that working, is going up and really listening to other people's light language, hearing it, doing it, watching it, and also what resonates with you, because there's like dragon, there's these clicks, there's some of those I personally can't listen to them. So if you don't resonate it, move to the next one. But I would say really put yourself out there and just kind of listen. Part of it is getting over that, being open to it, and how it comes in for you. Because Gerald's sign, JJ has language and singing, and sometimes she does her eye thing. Yeah. But yeah, there's so much out there. For me, it's sometimes it's singing, but I'm not like, they don't want me to open my mouth. I have to sing the tone. There's sometimes hand gestures come in with it. So that's where I would start, is automatic writing. What does my soul have for me today? And just listening to different YouTubes on it.
Yeah. And I have to go back to what Kaylee said. It can be spoken, sung, painted, hand gestures, even danced. I would say broaden your understanding of light language.
Yeah.
It's probably already there.
The first time I heard about light language, I thought, literally, I was like, what the hell are these people doing?
Crazies.
Well, isn't that like the first show that we do? Isn't that the first show that we had? I think I might not have said, what the hell are these people talking about?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's like okay.
One beautiful thing, maybe to end this on, is, so there's this artist, her name is Ashana, and she does a lot of like intuitive language with sound bowls, and she's just this beautiful musician. And I listen to her music when I need something to go like around through the back door of JJ's head to calm down or whatnot. But she teaches classes, and there was one thing that she said that made a lot of sense, is going out onto the land or out into nature and just asking, like, what is your language? And just really being open to it out in nature. And if it doesn't work the first time, go another time. If it doesn't work that time, go back as many times as you'd like. That's a beautiful place to begin too.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everyone. This has been incredible. If you're watching the playback, please leave us a comment to tell us what resonated for you. And we encourage you to stay grounded and keep listening for where your sense of belonging is quietly taking shape. So take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.